Good morning, Michelle House from Rich Living. Welcome to High Vibes at 5:55. A little bit of faith. Who needs a little bit of faith, baby? Can you hear that? Or is that just me singing? Good Georgie. Bless him. Who needs a bit of faith this morning? A bit of faith and trust in the universe, hey? High Vibes, everybody. We're nearly there. It's Thursday. Good morning. We're back on Be Live TV. Awesome. Cool. Got some great things to talk about. Just checking that my screen is all working and that you can all see me. Good morning. You can all hear me. Fantastic. Because you gotta have. I can't wait to get a proper stereo set up. That'll be awesome. All right, let me just turn down the muse. Just one moment. There we go. Gotta have faith, hey? Awesome. Good morning. Okay, so today's topic. Ta-da! Today's topic, I wanted to talk about the article that we were sharing in the Rich Living Room yesterday. For those of you that didn't see the article was about husbands and wives and money. And it was really interesting to see everybody's feedback on that article, and also to read the article and have that come to the surface. I know I started reading it again, and it just takes me back in time, and I go, my gosh, really, have we not moved past this? And I know as women, we've actually only been allowed to have our own bank accounts, I think, since the early 1970s. So up until that point, we had to take our husbands into the bank to open up a bank account with the male bank manager. So we haven't been given a lot of time to create great money habits, create a system, create a process, create a relationship with money, create a relationship with our husbands and money. And of course, as you guys all know, this is not something that we've been taught in school. We're taught maths and science and history and French and all of those beautiful, amazing, wonderful subjects that some people really love and go on to build careers and businesses with. However, we're not taught these practical skills in relation to relationships, in relation to relating, in relation to finances. We're not taught, okay, here's this man here that you want to spend the rest of your life with. Let's think about that. Let's just, let's work out what happens when you have babies. What happens when you want to send them off to school and you want to homeschool, but you want a private school? What happens with the money? What happens when it comes to paying bills? What happens when you're off work for 9 months? When you're off on annual leave, paternity leave, when you're on paternity leave. Let's have those conversations. And this is why I want this conversation out there in this forum, and I want you guys to be smashing the shit out of it in the Rich Living Room. Money needs to get spoken about. It's not a dirty thing. It's the more that we talk about it, the more conversations that we have about it, the easier it is for everybody, and the less resistance that shows up everywhere in our lives. So let's just talk about the whole idea of husbands and wives and money. So for me, I read that article, which was about a woman who was given $200 a week by her partner for expenses in the house, and she would be really clever with her money and make some savings, and then with those savings she would go and treat herself. And I went, fucking hell, are you joking? That is so 1950s. We really need to be moving beyond that. And Jonathan and I have never had that issue with money. So I don't really have, the only personal experience I have is my boyfriend prior to Jonathan, who I'm pretty sure I've shared this situation with you. He was actually the boyfriend I had when I had the recruitment company. And so I was driving a nice car, had a lot of money, a lot of cash flow, was, living it up as a 24-year-old financially successful woman. And he was maneuvering ways to get a hold of that. So listen to my language, to get a hold of that, because I was the highest income earner in that relationship. Now, there were a number of things that he was doing in relation to controlling the situation. And I think I've spoken to most of you guys about this how that was actually a domestic violence situation, where he then would try to control the outcomes of that. And what I was, my money that I was earning, I was really possessive of it. But it was my intuition, right? I knew on some level that that wasn't right, that there was something going wrong. And it wasn't about the money. It wasn't about the money going in or out of the bank accounts. That wasn't the thing. I had this intuition that there was something deeper than that. So I know as a woman, you guys, what are you doing? Can you come in or out? Thanks. So with the guys that are in that situation and they're looking at it and they're going, that's my money, I've done all this work. There's an underlying issue there. It's not about my money. It's never about my money, right? So let's go back a step and look at how you can have a conversation with your husband about the energy of money that flows in and out of your household. You have to get on the same page. You just have to. For that person to be, for you to be feeling pressure, for you to be feeling it's all my responsibility, that's not a partnership. We go into relationship, and I'll say men because I don't really have many men watching. We go into these relationships with our partners to grow, to flourish, to dream, to expand, to create a family. And money is such a tiny, tiny part of that. Yet it becomes so significant because the rules, the boundaries, the conversations haven't been had. So if you're someone who has never had a conversation with your partner about money, you really need to start doing that and having that conversation. I'm working with somebody at the moment who is under a lot of financial pressure, and her partner is saying things to her like, and don't quote me because I haven't got it in front of me, but things like, you're useless, you're this, you're that. Now, that's not something that is a team effort. Nobody is useless. Yes, I might have made a mistake. How can we fix that? What are we going to do next time? There's no, you're useless, you're hopeless. If you're that useless and then you're that hopeless, why are you giving it to me and dumping that responsibility on me? If you can do a better job, go do a better job. But even that's not right. Even that isn't a team effort. Even that isn't people on the same page. I've got another couple of clients that I'm working with that it's that thing as women too, where we're the generation that has had it the toughest. And I've said this before, I'm going to write a book about how the bra burning women have not done our generation any favors. This has actually been really hard for us. We are constantly finding the balance because we know now that we're smart and we can have careers, that we can also have beautiful children. We can have everything we want, yet it's really hard to structure that and to live and to live a light life, the word light. So let me come back to, I feel like I'm rambling about this today because it's actually something that I get really passionate about. It's because I've had 3 children, I've had the honor and the privilege and the miracle of 3 children in my belly, and my body required me to look after them after they were born, doesn't mean that my husband then has control of the money because he earned it. I'm a team. We decided we were having a family. There's an underlying issue under the money. If you can't get on the same page about that, it is not about the money. It's about your value. It's about your self-worth. It's about your contribution and how they see you. A couple of my clients, we were talking about financially contributing. And when we wrote down what it was that you actually did, and if you had to outsource that, around 150 grand. So I encourage you to if you haven't been having conversations with your partner, do this. If you weren't here today, If something happened and you were that 1 second away from maternity that we were talking about yesterday, and your husband had to pick up tomorrow, pick up the next 2 hours, need to pick up and run, pretending you're not here, who would he have had to bring in as an outsource? Because I tell you what, he is not going to do all of that stuff that you do, because he will want to go out and continue to bring in the money, right? So he would need to outsource a nanny. I've actually done this exercise myself in relation to setting up our life insurance, where, how to work out how much money would be needed if something happened to me. And we did a personal chef from time to time to make sure that everybody was eating healthy food, an au pair or a nanny, a housekeeper, a cleaner, could be the same person, maybe not, somebody to organise paying the bills, a personal assistant to run around and organise birthday parties, organise letters to the tooth fairy, all those kinds of things that you'd need a PA. That adds up to 150 grand. And that's being conservative with people working part-time hours. So if I wasn't here, Jonathan would have to take all that over. And he's going to continue doing his job because the cash flow's got to come in, right? But then he would have to outsource. So if you're looking for a way to start putting value on yourself, and your measure is money and your husband's measure is money, start with that. Start with that and then work down. I know that for most of you, that's what the measure of success is. It's the money in your bank account. It's how much money is coming through the household. The other thing I really want to make clear in here is it's not good enough one of you doing the money. That's not okay. Yes, there comes a point where it's just practical. It's not practical for Jonathan and I to be sitting here typing together on the keyboard and doing the banking and paying our invoices. That's not practical. But getting to that point is a team effort. It's this much money's come in this week, honey, and this much money's got to go out this week. What are we going to do? I think we're going to be a bit out. What are we going to do about that? What about this? What about that? Yeah, right. Okay, I'll go do that now. And then somebody goes and does the practical action. But prior to that, it's never just been me. Why would it be just me? This is a team. Look at your household like a business. Maybe that's what I do. Look at it like a business. There's no way my business partner in the recruitment company would have just let me go and pay the bills for the business. She would want to have known what's happening, where are we going, what's the plan, how much money have we got, what's the cash flow like, have we got enough money for tax, do we need to put the rates up, do we need more income, do we need less income, I want to have a holiday, how am I going to do that? I want to, I've got so much to say on this topic. Let me just run through some questions. Okay, sorry. Oh, hang on, let me get rid of that. How am I doing that? Okay. Love the details in planning your life insurance. G'day, Melinda. Yeah, think about it. What would happen if I wasn't here? And, that was so we could pick the amount of money that we would need for the insurance that could filter through while I wasn't here. And it's the same thing for him. What would happen if he wasn't here? I know emotionally for me, I wouldn't be able to probably go back to work for 12 months. Okay, so we're going to need cash flow coming in for 12 months. How much would that be? Probably you're not going to want to do the washing. Well, let's get a housekeeper. So, yes, that's a really good exercise. Let me, Georgine was saying, please write a book. I love the couch bomber who's now on the floor. I used the F word when reading it. Yeah. Oh my goodness. It's, Kerry's awake. Good morning, Kerry. All right, have I just got good mornings? Let me just see. Great ideas. Love this advice. Need hubby to watch this 5:55 too. Yeah. I don't know how. I actually did a workshop on this once with partners. Maybe I need to do another one. It's so antiquated. And, when you look back about the history of money, I'm going to find that and I'm going to show you. You can read this fabulous article about the history of money. It hasn't always been this way. Cleopatra was not having to run her cappuccinos past her husband. Not that she, or her milk baths. She wanted a milk bath. She had the milk bath. Did she contribute? Yes, she contributed. Yes, she was royalty. Yes, yes, yes. But women in that time were cared for. You know, just yesterday the kids did medieval history. So they've all term they've been doing medieval history with one of our homeschooling groups. Absolutely freaking fantastic. Just had the best time. Yesterday was like a culmination of everything they'd learned. They dressed up and they had a medieval day where this medieval group of people came in and talked about medieval times, and they made cheese. What else did you do?
Swords and weaponry.
Swords and weaponry. Then they had a big banquet. It was amazing. It was just fantastic. It was so brilliant. And they were the guy in there that was the cheese making dude was saying women back then were the people who sorry, let me start again. The people who made the beer for the town were widowed women, because the town cared so much about the widowed woman earning an income because her husband used to earn income that was the rule. So these times right now, since 1950, have changed, and we're like, if we're still not conversing about money, what are we, nearly 70 years later, and we're still not having conversations about money, and we're still getting allowances, and we're still not being valued for our contribution as a mother? Fuck off. Seriously. Oh man, so much to say. If it was men that were having the babies. No, I don't want to get all feministy or anything like that about it. I want to say I'm such a fair person, you know, and fairness isn't about the exchange of energy. It's exchange of money. It is about the exchange of energy. It's not about the exchange of money. If my husband is bringing in $2,000 a week, it's not my husband bringing in $2,000 a week. It is the person in this household company contributing $2,000 to the running of the household. It's not his. It's ours. Now, in that, Jonathan and I also have our own separate bank accounts. And I can do whatever I like with it. He can do whatever he likes with his. But we have our joint account. So, you know, if you are thinking, no, I've got to keep my money separate, there's something else going on there. It's not about the money. Oh no, I need to build up a little account on the side just in case I need to leave him or he's going to leave me. Something else going on there. It's not about the money. Okay. Emma, good morning. I was just going to say, if it was them having the babies. I know, if it was them having the babies. Melinda, I thank the universe my husband is so supportive, and our marriage is a team of equals with different strengths and weaknesses. And, you know, take it back to being a business. If there are two people in business, even if there are two blokes in business, they are both contributing. There's not one. And again, I go, if there is one person there saying, well, I brought in more money than you this month, there's something going on that's more than the money. Yeah? So start having the conversations, and the conversations will have to start about money. But you've got to take it deeper. You have to take it deeper and clean that shit up and start living your lives 1 second away. 1 second away. This is rubbish that you don't need in your life. Step up. You know, this is me putting my bossy pants on today. Step up and take care of yourself and put yourself up there. This is equality. We're living in a time of equality. When you are getting an allowance from your husband and they are controlling your bank account, that is not equality. Okay, passion pants. I've got my passion pants. I got my passion in my pants and I ain't afraid to show it. Earl. I feel like it took a long time to get there. So thanks, Robin. I feel like it took a long time to get there. And, you know, for women, it's not about having the money that will make you feel powerful, that will make you feel empowered. You know, at no point in time have I looked at the last couple of weeks with the launch of Money School in my business, which creates an income for my household, we just even haven't had the conversation yet. We'll have the conversation at the end of the month, which will be, what are we doing? Where are we going? What has to be paid this week? What are we taking care of this month? Oh, look. Yeah, this happened. How did you go? Okay, great. All right, let's top up the savings account. Let's book a holiday. Let's whatever, because we're so on the same path. At no point would he have come to me, well, he hasn't yet, and I know he wouldn't, come to me and go, how much money have you brought in? What are you contributing? You know, it's not like that. We're a partnership. The money gets chucked in and it gets distributed. Yes, I get my money, he gets his money, and I don't mean my money that I've earned. I mean, we have an agreement that he gets pocket money. I call it sanity money. He gets his sanity money, I get my sanity money, and I go do whatever I want. Go and have a pedicure, cut my hair. Well, not even that. That's part of our expenses. Sometimes I save it. Miracle. Sometimes, I'll use it for a retreat for myself, or if my hair straightener breaks, I need a new hair straightener. If he needs new golf clubs, which he doesn't do golf anymore, but if he needed a new something, that's what he would use that money for. So yes, we have the freedom to spend our money the way that we want to spend it, but it's been allocated fairly and equally, and with both people having a conversation about it. Catherine, you're in flow, not force. Are you talking about me delivering today? It's like, okay, I'm all sweaty. All right, so if you need to have a conversation, like if you're in a relationship and it's time to have that conversation, do it. If you need help with getting that started, maybe we need a hashtag equality, hashtag equality. If you need help with that, if something's frightening you and you're scared and guys, there's no way, what Michelle was talking about this morning, there's no way I would talk to my husband about that. I don't diminish your circumstances at all. I have been in situations like that where I was completely controlled. And now I'm in a situation where I'm not controlled. No, I'm not. Where I'm not controlled. So I understand and I can connect with you and your circumstances. I really can. And I know the fear. So if there's something that's scaring you right now, if it's too scary to have that conversation with your husband, post it in the comments. Be the one who comments about it first, because you'll find there'll be plenty of people, obviously, or they wouldn't be writing articles about this stuff. There'll be plenty of people behind you that'll go, oh yeah, me too, I feel a bit like that. Me too. Oh yeah, I don't think I could do that. So jump in the Rich Living Room. Could you share the group, Robin? I actually had trouble sharing the group today. Facebook's doing something strange with groups. If you can share the group link, that would be awesome. And let's get that hashtag going, hashtag equality, and see what we can do to help each other. Yeah, sorry, Catherine's just saying your relationship, you're in flow, not force. Yeah, there's no force. And your relationship should always feel light. If you forget to pay a bill and you have a feeling, oh my God, I really don't want to tell Jonathan that I forgot to pay the bill, there's something else going on there. It's not about the bill. It's not about the bill. Even when it's the other side of that, I'll be completely honest with you. Don't tell anybody. Part of Money School, we're doing some activities. So I know I'm doing the activities alongside everybody. And one of the activities is about your electricity. And I found out that we're $750 in credit. And I kept it to myself. I kept it to myself for a couple of hours going, I'm not going to tell him, because if I tell him, he might slack off. But then I went, that is not about the money, Michelle. That is about you. What's going on there? Let's have a look at that. What are you relying on? What are you depending on? Let's clean that up. And which I did. And yes, he knows that we're $750 in credit. And he's off to work this morning. Awesome. The hashtag is done. Thank you very much, Robin. All right. I'm out of here because I have no idea how long this live has gone for. I will see you tomorrow for High Vibes at 5:55. Friday, last day of the week. Big weekends planned. See you. Bye. Bye, Katie. End the broadcast twice.